Guys, all right, are you ready? This is Wish TV's blog for this morning. Gonna read it. Pool notes from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. have not been provided to News Channel 8 as of now. When received, this blog will be updated. All right, so we've still got some notes to come here. So at 11:10 a.m, court is back in session. Stacey Bozinovsky, a DNA expert for the Indiana State Police, is on the stand. She's looking at exhibits and describing what is seen. She's looking at 3 exhibits: a pink shirt, a grey bra, and a black bra. She points out blood on the pink shirt and tells the jury that the grey bra and the black bra have possible blood on them. She tells the jury there are 2 strands of hair on the shirt. One was from Abby. The other strand did not have enough DNA to identify. The grey bra also did not have enough DNA to be conclusive. She tells the jury the black bra had 4 strands of hair and none of them had enough DNA to be conclusive. The prosecution shows her the black Nike shoe that was found under Abby's back. She tells the jury there is hair on the shoe, which could be from an animal. She tells the jury the blood on the shoe was partially Abby's, but the rest of the blood needed more analysis. Needs more analysis. A man is on trial and they've not bothered to test the blood, knowing that only some of that was Abby's. Not bothered to test it. All right. Great. More swabs were shown to the jury that are blood from Libby's index finger and pinky. The state shows the jury more clothing, including a sweatshirt, 2 socks, a green headscarf, a tank top shirt, another black Nike shoe, a pair of jeans and a tie-dye shirt, all retrieved from the creek. She tells the jury the items from the creek impacted her analysis because the samples degraded and DNA was partially removed because it had been put in water. She tells the jury the Nike shoe was heavily soiled but contained no blood nor seminal fluid. Only 1 swab had DNA and it was determined to be Abby's. The pair of jeans from the creek had 2 swabs done, found to be mostly Abby's DNA and a small amount of Libby's DNA on it. She tells the jury the tie-dye shirt from the creek had many mud stains but no blood or seminal fluid. It had 1 hair strand on it but did not have enough DNA to determine its source. She said the sweatshirt from the creek was cleaner than the other items in the creek but no blood or seminal fluid on it, so no DNA could be determined. On the pair of underwear found in the creek, she tells the jury there's no blood nor seminal fluid on it. She told the jury that she took swabs from the crotch area. Those swabs showed Abby's DNA. Tells the jury the underwear was stained but not by blood. Tells the jury that the black sock from the creek had no blood or seminal fluid. She could not determine who the sock belonged to. Tells the jury that the pink sock found in the creek also had no blood, seminal fluid on it and 3 hair strands on it, but she could not determine who they belonged to. She told the jury that the green scarf from the creek may not have been related to the timing of the crime, so not relevant. Tells the jury the tank top had no blood or seminal fluid, swab taken, but could not determine DNA from the partial profile. Prosecution references April 11th, 2017 DNA report that re-evaluated a black hooded sweatshirt and a swab from an iPhone. The jury was told the swab from the iPhone showed no blood. They could not make conclusive from the DNA. Tells the jury that 22 swabs were taken from the hooded sweatshirt, trying to avoid the blood. She says the first swab was consistent with an unknown male. All right, later tests showed that it came from someone working in the lab. All right. Other swabs on the hooded sweatshirt showed DNA, mostly from Libby and Abby. I found more DNA on the sweatshirt, but she could not determine the profile. She says laundry mixes DNA profiles. The prosecution asks about July 11th report on swabs from tree branches. She tells the jury these were done at an ISP post in Lafayette. She says she converted a conference room into an exam room there. She examined branches for blood and skin cells and took several swabs and did lab testing at her main office. She found most of the branches did not have conclusive DNA and 2 swabs tested positive for Libby's blood. She told the jury how difficult it is to get swabs and recovered DNA from the creek, and says the challenge of testing hair was that it needs to have a skin tag at the root, and the natural shedding does not have much of a possibility for DNA testing. She told the jury she did send a sample of human hair to the FBI that consisted of 72 hairs. The FBI told her that 3 of the hairs were not consistent with Abby or Libby. She told the jury she chose not to test using rootless hair testing, as there was not enough hairs to even send, and there was a low success rate for the testing. Okay, tells the jury that a momentary moment of touch does not necessarily mean there is touch DNA, that touching evidence is more limited contact, while handling evidence leads to more contact. She says blood is always going to be a better source of DNA than touch DNA. The prosecution asks her, did you find the DNA from Richard Allen on the DNA sample submitted to you? She says no. She did not even create a male profile for any of the DNA. So apart from the lab tech, who mysteriously got DNA and stuff. Gull tells the gallery, says she had noticed members of the gallery sleeping in the room, and says she would appreciate it if people stopped. People, stop sleeping. Stop going to sleep. Wake up. As bad as the jury in the Leilani Simon trial falling asleep. All right, court recessed at 12:35 for lunch. Richard Allen, no DNA. Lots of inconclusive things unable to test, but no Richard Allen DNA at all.